There is nothing out there like what Deanna does that I know of. There might be, but there isn't. And if you would like to live your life depressed and like a prisoner, go for it. But if you want to actually find freedom and be able to not have this be an issue in your life, then do the program.
Hey guys, I wanted to introduce you to my client who's graduating today. So this is Joy. And Joy, tell us a little bit about your family and your kids.
Yeah, so I'm 36. I have 3 kids. They are 4 years old, 2 years old, and I have a 6-month-old, almost 7 months. So I started working one-on-one with you maybe like 4 weeks, 5 weeks out from having. So I was
you had just had the baby. What was life like for you before the program? So before you came to me, obviously you just had the baby. What were you kind of thinking about, and what were you worried about, and what were you really struggling with at that time?
Yeah, so this being my 3rd baby, every pregnancy that I've had, I've gained 35 to 50 pounds. And after the first baby, I tied myself to an app where I was calorie counting all the time. I lost the weight and more, but it was a very unhappy place for me because I was constantly thinking about food. I was constantly denying myself what I wanted to eat. I ended up getting to this goal that I had set, looked great, and then I let go at that and immediately gained 10 pounds back. So then I was freaking out about that. And just wondering if I was going to be like stuck with this forever. And then I got pregnant again, and I was like, "Ooh, let it go." And so during that pregnancy, I came more into, I actually found your website, Deanna's website, Fast Fit Moms, and some tips on eating well in my 2nd trimester. I only gained 35 pounds that time, but still took me a significant amount of time to lose afterwards. And that time I did Beachbody. And so I was doing food portions and exercise every single day, couldn't miss it. And the same thing, I just felt like I was a prisoner to, having to stick with the right foods and the right portion sizes, or else I was going to gain weight back and not meet my goals. And it was just a sad, depressing place. So I just felt like I was forever chained to this process that I had to stick with if I wanted to be what I thought my body should look like.
Yeah. So you found me online, and I know we kind of knew each other a little bit just from like my Facebook groups and stuff, but this was a big investment for you. And I'm sure that you were probably skeptical. It can be a scary decision for a lot of people. So what were you skeptical of beforehand, and what did you find, after signing up?
Yeah, so I think that I was kind of just in a desperate place because I gained 50 pounds again my 3rd pregnancy, and I was like, I do not want to do this again. So I was just like, anything different, I want to. And I think that what drew me to you, Deanna, was that your positive mindset around food and things that you would say that I'm like, that seems so freeing. But my biggest skepticism was there's no way that I'm going to be able to do anything other than this prison of like calorie counting to lose the weight. But cool, maybe she can help me think, be happy in my misery, sort of thing. And was like, I'm not really going to be able to change anything, but let's try. So yeah. So
then we started coaching together, and what do you feel like over the course of our 6 months together was your biggest breakthrough? What really felt like, a turning point for you in the program?
Yeah, gosh, I mean, the emotion is hitting me right now. I didn't think it was going to.
Oh no, now I'm going to cry too.
I no longer calorie count, and I no longer track portion sizes, and I do not step on the scale. And the scale was something I stepped in on every morning. And I was, my entire life was like determined, my joy, my sadness, based on what that number was, and how I was going to crack down on what I was eating and make changes and all the little tweaks. And I don't do that anymore. And I want to throw in here and say that I went a month and a half without using the scale recently. It took me a while to be like, okay, I'm not going to use it because it was like my thing, you know. And then the whole 6 months that I've been working with you of not really calorie counting at all. And I think my biggest whoa is like, it's working. Like my body is changing back into what the natural state I think that it's made to be. Mm-hmm. I'm sizing down, and I never thought that could possibly happen without all of this like intensity and stress and discouragement and sadness. So, biggest breakthrough was just not having to use those tools that created the just depression, I guess I could say.
Yeah.
Seeing my body change for the better. So
you feel more free.
Very much. That is the word.
Yeah.
I'm free. Yeah.
Yeah. So what were I know you just talked a little bit about this, but what were your specific results, both mentally and physically with the program? So this is today's our last call. And, you know, we've been working together for 6 months. What changes have you seen overall, both physically and mentally since we started working together?
Yeah, so I think like mentally is probably the biggest thing that I would start with, because that makes everything else come into perspective. And I am happy. I am full of joy in the process. I'm not worried. I don't have anxiety around what I eat. I can focus my anxiety on the fact that I have 3 children under 5 that are crazy and I love them. Food is not adding anything to that. And so I'm sorry about that. I feel like I'm just so much more freed up to love my family and to live my life. And I don't even, this is another mental thing. I don't even care what I weigh. Mm-hmm. Imagine that. I just don't even care. Like, I don't need to step on the scale and check. Even if I'm not seeing progress with what I think I'm seeing my body do, like I feel good about where I am. And so just mentally, I'm in a much better place. As far as like actual results, the scale aside, I mean, I started out as like a size 12. I'm down to like a size 6 or 8 right now. Because of the ability to exercise as my body's desiring it and not feeling like it's something that I have to do, but just like loving it because of what the benefit that I'm getting. I'm seeing my body's just taking on, you know, more of a shape, like physically. You know, I can see like my midsection is like thinned out. And, you know, I'm having muscle showing where it wasn't, and just a little bit more lean. And so it's just been so cool to see, you know, those results happen without having to, I don't feel like I've worked at it.
Mommy, what would you tell another mom who isn't sure about making this investment in herself, isn't sure about working with me, and isn't sure, you know, that this is the right way to go as far as like, should I count macros? Should I, you know, do this like weird intuitive eating thing? You know, I'm thinking about doing it. Should I move forward?
Okay. I would just say there is nothing out there like what Deanna does that I know of. There might be, but there isn't. And if you would like to live your life depressed and like a prisoner, go for it. But if you want to actually find freedom and be able to not have this be an issue in your life, then do the program. And I just like, this is kind of where I was brought. And if this is at all intriguing to you, then please invest. It's worth it. I say like mentally right now, I'm free. I wrote this down. I can eat what I want, but I know what I need. I want what I need and I enjoy what I need. And it's all with the freedom to not be bound by what I need. And so, yeah, my life is completely changed, and yours can be too. So you should try it.
Oh man, I'm going to cry again. Joy, thank you so much for sharing your experience. And I think to kind of sum it up, it's that I think that many women want, like, they think, oh, being free sounds great, but you know, I don't know if I don't know if it really works too. Like, am I really going to be able to get to a healthy body weight, feeling free? And I think that your story for sure, just illustrates that it can happen, and that it is possible. Not only is possible, but it's really the only way to go permanently. If you want permanent, a permanent healthy body weight, then this is the way that it has to be done. And be happy. So thank you so much for sharing that story with other women who are thinking about this program. I know that they'll appreciate that. And I will see you in Fast Fit Moms.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you for changing my life.
Thanks, Joy.